What's up guys, it's Andy, and in this video I'll show you the top 10 best must-have iPhone apps that you probably didn't know about. This is an updated video to the video I did a couple years ago. Been getting a lot of requests to update it, so here it is. Let's get right into it.
Starting off at number 10 is Narro, N-A-R-R-O. It could be Naro. It's probably Naro. But yeah, this is great for people who want to convert text blog posts into subscribable audio podcasts. So if you like listening to podcasts and you don't have time to read your favorite text blogs, you can use this app to convert your text blogs into audio podcasts. Now, it is a text-to-speech. It does utilize a text-to-speech software, so it's like a robot voice, so it will take some time to get used to if you're not used to that, but it's not so bad once you listen to a couple of them. So if you're in desperate need of listening to some text articles, you can do that with Naro. So for example, this is one of my other websites, and if you want to add any type of blog article under Safari, when you have it open in Safari on your iPhone, you have this little menu option now to add to Narro, and it adds to your Narro podcast feed. And then it might take a minute or two to show up, but once you go back to your podcast, it'll show up right there, and you can listen to that blog article in a robot voice, and it will read the blog post for you in your own podcast. So it's a pretty cool app, especially for it being free. Next up is VoteSpotter. So if you're in the United States, and we all know what's going on with politics these days, I don't watch the news, I don't follow politics. So as a millennial, I kind of need something like this in my life, so you can follow your state's representatives and figure out what they actually vote for, and see if you actually agree on what they vote for. So it gives you a better idea of who you side with. So you can go on here and look through your congressmen and women's whatever they voted on recently, and you can agree with the vote, you can disagree, and it will populate and let you know if you agree with certain people in Congress. So it's pretty awesome if you're in the United States and you don't watch the news, and this is kind of something that you need to be a good citizen. So while I'm not watching politics, I spend most of my time trying to create things, and BeFocused is a great free productivity app. If you've never heard of the Pomodoro Technique, this is what this app is all about. So a Pomodoro Technique is basically being laser focused on one task for an allotted amount of time. It's usually like 25 to 45 minutes. So with this app, you have this little timer, and you enter the task name that you're doing, you hit play on the timer, and the timer will start, and then you just basically be laser focused on whatever task that is for the next 25 minutes or so. However, you can customize this length, but I leave mine on 25 minutes. I focus on something for 25 minutes straight. I don't let anything else bother me or distract me. And then once the timer is up, it'll give you a 5-minute break. That's by default. And then you go and do your 5-minute break, then come back and do another Pomodoro Technique, rinse and repeat. That's how to get things done. If you're into productivity, this is a cool little app. You can customize the work intervals, short breaks, long breaks, all this stuff. I have the free version. They offer a pro version, but so far the free version has worked pretty well for me. Next up is a free app called Fing. It's really cool for anybody who's kind of geeky or techie. It's a network analyzer, so whatever Wi-Fi network you're on, it will scan that Wi-Fi network and tell you what other devices are currently on right now. And you can look at the MAC address, you can see the IP address of other devices, you can see if a device is actually connected right now or if it's not connected. So it's definitely not for everybody. It's more for geeks and stuff like that, but you can actually, if you're just a normal non-techie person, this is cool to have around, just so you can kind of have a better idea of who's on your network as far as security, and just make it more secure. So pretty cool app. This next app was actually a paid app, but there is a free alternative I'll link to in the description below, but it's called VHS Cam, and it's just a fun filter for your video. It makes it look like you recorded it with a VHS camcorder. So I'll go ahead and put a test video of what this can do and what it looks like, because that's basically what you'll want to see with this app. But it's just fun to have around if you want to take some videos and make it look old school, vintage style, with a recorder with a VHS camcorder. This next app is a recipes app. If you're into health and fitness and food, this is a really good recipes app. This was actually a paid app. It's a couple dollars, but it's worth it. First of all, the design is amazing. Go in here and you see these categories. So let's say you want vegetarian or something just breakfast. If you want something that is just breakfast only, you click on that category, and it gives you all these different recipes, and you can tell just by looking at it, it's like, yeah, you want to make all of this. So if you want some ideas for some nice looking, just to switch things up, because they have some really cool, interesting recipes that are awesome. And when you click on one, they give you everything that you need to know about that recipe. And then you can add it. You can make your own shopping list. You can add the ingredients that's required for this recipe with one click to your shopping list within the app. And that way you have your shopping list all right there in the same app, so you can prep, do some meal prepping. And it's not just for men. Women can do it too, right? This is it's like a Pinterest for men, but it's for all genders. So check it out. Next up is a Wallpapers app. It's free. It's called Vellum. I just discovered it, and it's quickly become my favorite Wallpapers app. So when you first open it, it's got a really clean layout, and it's got these different categories. So if you are into abstract stuff, it has colorful abstract artwork for your wallpaper, or you can actually go to stuff like Earth by Google, all kinds of different overhead bird's eye view shots of nature and the earth, basically. So you can go on here, and it's got limited edition. I mean, it's got all kinds of, in fact, the current iPhone wallpaper that I have right now, that is from Vellum. So if you were interested, but that is a great Wallpapers app that has replaced my Wallpapers app that I used for years. So check it out. Next up is a free app called Blinkist. And again, I like to listen to things. I'm an auditory listener. This is basically an app that summarizes nonfiction books into like 15-minute information-packed audio files. So you can pick out some of your favorite nonfiction books. For example, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, How to Win Friends and Influence People, The 4-Hour Workweek, so on and so forth. All nonfiction books. I think they have like over 1,500 nonfiction books. And what they do is they just cover the main points of that book into like 15 or 20 minutes, really short, bite-sized audio files that you can listen to. And basically, instead of having to read the entire book, you listen to the audio files that Blinkist provides, and you get basically 99% of what that book was trying to convey. So you get smarter without having to sit down and read books. So it's great if you are, you travel a lot, or if you're in the car, or you like to listen to these kinds of things at the gym. It definitely will not hurt your intelligence by having this app. It'll actually increase it, I think. So check it out. It's called Blinkist. The number 2 app on this list is free, and it's called Tunity, and it is a very, very cool app. So let's say you are at the gym or a sports bar, and they have multiple TVs going, and you want to listen to the audio on that TV without having to read all the closed captioning that go by on the bottom of the screen. You don't want to read and watch TV. That's just not convenient to do. You want to listen to this stuff. So what you do with Tunity is you open up Tunity, you scan. You put the picture of the TV in the frame right here, and it uses the camera to scan whatever's playing on the TV, and Tunity will scan the channel and detect what channel it is, and it will stream the audio of that TV channel right to your device, so you can listen. You throw on your earpods, and listen to the audio from that TV channel right from your phone while you're watching the TV stream. So it syncs the audio, streams it real time of whatever TV channel you're watching. It's pretty cool. You won't use it very often, but when you do use it, it is really cool and it works really well. So for free, you can't beat that. It's called Tunity. And last but certainly not least, one of my favorite all-time apps is called Musi. And if you are a music buff, you got to have this app. And I'm surprised this is not more popular than it is right now. I'm surprised it's still on the App Store. Use Musi to stream any song or video that's on YouTube. If it's on YouTube, it'll let you stream it as an audio file while your device is locked, so you can play this. I found this on YouTube, right? So this is a YouTube video. I added it to my library, and now I can play it, and I can lock my device, and it's still playing. It's playing in the background. So it's like having it's like Spotify for YouTube videos. So it's great for, I'm a Spotify premium user. I pay for Spotify premium, but there are a lot of songs that aren't on Spotify. So let's say it's on like a free mixtape. Like, if you were into Chance the Rapper like me, before Chance the Rapper got big, that Acid Rap is his best album, and it's not really an album, it's a mixtape. So I wanted to have that in my rotation, but it's not on Spotify. So Musi is my answer to that. I can go on Musi, search it. If it's on YouTube, it'll pop up, and I can add it to my library just like this. So let's say if I want to add Childish Gambino, I can search Childish Gambino on YouTube. It gives me the results. I can add the songs individually by clicking the plus sign, and it adds it to my library, or I can import all of them, and I can import it as a playlist, or just all of them into let's import it as a playlist. And then it imported. So we go back, hit done. We go back to our playlist here. I have a Childish Gambino playlist that it just created, and there it is. It's all my songs, and I can basically just listen to Childish Gambino album, and it will play it like an album basically. Very awesome app. I actually paid for the pro version, but even if you don't mind having ads pop up at the bottom, then the free version will work perfectly for you too. Check it out. It's called Musi. It's something I couldn't live without, and it's my number one app that you probably didn't know about that I have to recommend, that you must have and you must download right now. I hope you enjoyed this list. Thank you for watching. If you have any other recommendations for apps that weren't on this list that you think people would benefit from, please comment them down below. Make sure you subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and check out my other iPhone related videos, and let me know what other videos you are interested in seeing and you want me to make. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you guys in the next one.